This is a Safaricom Newsroom podcast where we explore the nexus between technology and people and tell transformational stories. In today's conversation, we'll be discussing the agile way of working, which is basically a strategy which brings small teams together, which form a squad, and then those squads come together to become tribes, and that tribe is answerable to an executive committee. Safaricom adopted this agile way of working 2 years ago in the heart of the pandemic. Today, I'm joined by the M-PESA app squad, who are in charge of designing the M-PESA app, as we know it as the one-stop shop where you can get all your app needs. So, guys, thank you for being here and thank you for being the guests. Today, we just want to discuss how this way of working, especially the agile way, has been affecting or helping you develop and deliver what we call the M-PESA app. So I want you guys to just take in turns, just introducing yourself and what you do, your names, and even give us a little tidbit about yourself. So we can start from you.
Hi guys, my name is Terence Amunga. I'm the DevOps engineer for the app. I like cats. I train them to go through windows so that I don't have to open the doors for them at night.
Hi everyone, my name is Ibrin Kanywa. I'm the Agile coach of the M-PESA app squad. I bring the team together to be that high-performing team. And when I'm not at work, I like baking. Yeah.
Hi guys, my name is Felix Karuma. I'm the PO, the product owner for the M-PESA app squad. And in my downtime, I just everything F1 fanatic.
Hi, my name is Kenya. I'm the growth manager for M-PESA app. In my downtime, I love to travel, see the world, experience new things.
Hello everyone, I'm Kelvin Mutiso, UX UI designer for the M-PESA app squad. When I'm not designing, which is actually one of my hobbies, I like meeting new people, learning from different experiences and visiting places.
So we want to understand, like, what does it mean to work in this agile way, and what is this important component called a squad? So Evelyn, I'll pose this question to you. Why are you guys called a squad, and what does a squad do in Safaricom?
Okay. So before I get to the squad, I would want to maybe just let the team know that we have the spirit of Safaricom, which is about purpose, collaboration, customer obsession and innovation. Mm-hmm. Now, from that spirit, then we will pick collaboration. So this is where the squad is all coming from, where we bring different skill sets together. We bring different people with different crafts together to form a squad so that we're able to develop a product end to end from the beginning of it, where we engage with the customers, come up with customer requirements, develop with our developers, support the product, and then now, the marketing part where now Kenya comes in. So all these is the different skill sets. So that is what we do in a squad, where everyone comes together to do your part, of course with a clear goal, which is now attached to the mission.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's how the squad is now born.
Oh, okay. Yes. So in your own words, why would you guys believe this is an important way of working? Maybe Felix, you can expand on that.
Yeah, so before we came as a squad, we had different configurations of how we work as Safaricom. So we had different departments with financial services having different skill sets, and in technology. So what we did by having squads is having a team that is fully constituted with everyone. So in that team, we have someone that develops, we have someone that goes to market with it, we have someone that designs the UI, we have someone that does the testing. So that whole unit lives in that one team where they can develop together, instead of having people in different departments where you have to collaborate across. So everyone sits in one unit or one team and works together to drive a common purpose. So for example, as we're delivering the M-PESA app. And maybe just one thing to add to that is the collaboration is like one aspect of why we're delivering Agile, but also increasing the frequency of how often or how much you're going to deliver like increments with the customers. So instead of like delivering or developing like for a whole year and then releasing, we like releasing like 2-week sprints to make it more relevant to our customers.
So I'd also want to know, obviously during this new working strategy and becoming a squad, there must have been some memorable moments of you creating this app, like together. So maybe I can pose this to Gakenya as being part of this squad. What has been some of the memorable moments that you guys have shared in this formation?
I think it's an opportunity to give every single opinion to the development of the app. So during our ceremonies, we have different ceremonies, those which are meetings, where we sit down and we discuss the different elements of the app, where everyone's opinion is very valid. So the fact that all your hard work goes into the success of this app, I think is one of the most memorable moments, and you do look forward to those ceremonies because you know your effort, your feedback, all that input is put into the success of the app.
Maybe anyone else, other memorable moments during the development of the app and working as a team?
Probably I would add to what Gakenya said, and for me a recent one is where the team got to be recognized and we won the Vodacom CEO Award for digital transformation. I think that comes out for me as a memorable moment where everyone feels that their efforts are recognized, and that goes again to now increasing our motivation as we work together.
Oh, that's excellent. Maybe also Terence, you could tell us, because you work in the more technical aspect of the app, like there must have been some key moments that have been memorable and been maybe joyful in.
Yes, a few months ago, we also got recognized for supporting the app. There is the Customer Obsession Award, which was given to the financial services team. So we are part of financial services, and it was great for the team since even from the support side of the application, we got recognition from the company and everyone else.
Okay, that's great to hear. That seems like the squad, there's a success to the story, to this way of working. So that's excellent to hear. So I think next I'd want to ask, how is it like when you're supporting the app? Like, tell us briefly the tools in place. So I want Terence, back to you. What are the kind of supports the app you guys give? Yeah.
The app, the support of the app is a very wide topic. It doesn't only depend on me or just the team. We can start from the call centers. There is the network operations control. We have monitoring tools in place to monitor the app from the front end to the back end. So they usually throw alarms in case something is wrong. We get notified since we're the second level support. If anyone else is not able to fix the issue, they'll push it to us. We investigate. If it's something that needs a code change, we communicate that and get onto it immediately. If it's not, it's something that we can fix in a short amount of time, we do that, and the app continues running as it does.
Oh, okay, excellent to see that you basically work as a cohesive team. Each arm is important in terms of making sure the app goes forward and keeps developing as it does. So maybe next I'd like to ask Kelvin, how do we involve the customers in this entire development journey? Because basically what Safaricom is about the customer and about how we can service them and make their lives a little bit easier. So how would you say that this development journey, for the customer, is?
I would want to first start with the design process and how the customer comes into the place. If we already have an existing solution, we do an evaluative research where we learn about what are the things that current customers are experiencing. Then we also do an audit on the existing application, figure out what needs to be fixed. Again, as much as we focus on the customer, we also need to figure out what the business needs to achieve. It reaches a point where a product is no longer just about the customer completely. It's now a balance of the two, and that's where product design comes in, balancing the business and what the customer wants. So in this case, we involve both stakeholders, everyone, both the management, peers. We do tests within ourselves, staff pilot. Then when we do a design, there is frequent and multiple interactions to get feedback. It starts internally with the first UX chapter in the division, where we designers critique what has been done, and then move again now to the squad, get an idea of what are the technical feasibility, the marketing, what could be wrong. If maybe we could have done a design, but then it exposes customers' data, get that feedback internally within the squad. Now, why we bring the squad why the squad is important. Then now ship it, go out to the market, test it out, do usability testing. Let's hear what does the user think. We take that into consideration, then do an iteration. Because Agile, it's a continuous cycle. Yeah, design, bring it back, give feedback, or design, get it to development. Like it's not a waterfall, so it can go in loops because it'll always get better and better. Yes.
And you've mentioned there waterfall, because I feel like that's now maybe something that was used in the past. So what would you guys say is the difference in working in that waterfall kind of strategy to now working in this agile way that you have seen and that has been beneficial towards the development and the delivery of the M-PESA app? So maybe Felix, you can give us a bit more on that.
Yeah, I think Agile, the difference with Agile is that one, it decreases your time to market. So developing shorter sprints. So how waterfall used to work is that, for example, you want to build an app. You develop, maybe you take like a whole year, develop the app internally. Then only after we're done with the application is when you go to market. But you see, in between, there might be some features that maybe customers don't like, that we might have gotten feedback. So this is now where the sprints and delivering Agile comes in. We deliver in 2 sprints, we iterate very quickly. So in that 2 weeks time, we deliver, you can take to market. You'll get feedback from customers saying, I don't like this, I like this. So you can then come back and fix and iterate on the app. You don't have to wait for a long period of time until you get feedback. It also allows you to get, to iterate, to also evolve quicker and also get feedback quicker and have products or features that will give or derive more value at a faster rate. Yeah.
You've mentioned a couple of words actually that I feel like maybe they are unique in terms of development of app, like sprints. I know there's other things like minimum viable product. Like, could you just explain, maybe Terence, you can give us a bit more explanation of what do these things mean? So in layman's term, for those who are not developers of apps, we can also understand.
Okay, so a sprint is a time box period with which you are supposed to achieve a certain goal that is set at the beginning of the sprint. So the goals are usually discussed within the team. Then the minimum viable product is the minimum level your product can be before that will allow it to be useful to someone who your customer or anyone else wants to use your product.
Oh, okay.
Add to what Charles was saying.
Yes,
so,
please do.
Like, you don't have, like with Waterfall, I don't have to wait for a whole year, have a perfect product to take it to market. I can take even like one feature. For example, I'm just developing send money, for example. I can just take that one feature to the market as long as at least the customers will find some use to that feature. So you don't have to wait and see, let's get the perfect app and do this. It's all about like small increments and making sure you can build as you go along with the customer.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you for that. I feel like now obviously we've gained a bit of knowledge from those vocabulary and those definitions. So next I'd like to ask, so what do you have in store for the app and the users? I know like M-PESA app is constantly growing. You're hosting new apps, there are new features, and customers are experiencing new things through this new super app. So Kenya, I want to throw this to you. Like currently, what do the customers have to expect, and what do the users have to expect?
I think you should expect a great M-PESA experience. So we'll give you a great experience when you're doing your core services, when you're just sending money, when you're paying to a till, paying to a pay bill. But we'll also give you an even better experience when you're trying to giving you services that meet your daily needs. So it's a lifestyle app. It's M-PESA lifestyle app. So we want you to be able to wake up in the morning, you need to get a meal and you think M-PESA. We want you to be able, and M-PESA is also able to give you the right service. So we're partnering with strategic people to be able to give you all the services that you need on a day-to-day basis. So, and we want everyone to be able to access this as well. So we don't want, because to be able to access all these lifestyle services, you may need to download so many apps, but not everyone can be able to do that. So we want to give you one platform that gives you access to all this numerous amazing lifestyle services. So we give you quality, we give you a seamless service, we give you all the services that will definitely meet every single need that you possibly would have on your day-to-day basis. Yeah.
That's great. So I feel like now we want to understand how, as we're talking about Agile, how maybe from end to end, this has helped in the development of the M-PESA app. As the coach, Eve, I'd like to pose this question to you. Maybe you can give us a bit more insight on how this thing has taken you step by step and continues to be something that is cyclical in terms of pushing and delivering this app.
Okay. I think there's so much to say about it, but I'll try to be brief. So when we started as a squad, first thing is to get our objectives and key results, what we call the OKRs. That is where we start as a team. We sit together and find out. So we have a mission, which is an organization mission. How do we achieve this mission that has been given to us? So we start by setting out our objectives as a team. And then now we go into the different ceremonies. We start with a sprint planning. So with a sprint planning, we have the objectives for that given sprint. I know my colleague has spoken about the objectives, and these objectives are supposed to help us achieve the key mission which has been set, and again, which goes now into what our PO has in place in terms of the future for the product. So we put all that together and come up with the goals, and then we review that during our sprint planning and allocate ourselves different tasks. So we have different skill sets, all the way from the developers, from the quality assurance team. We also have cyber security guys to check that whatever we are developing is right in terms of the risk, and also that our customers are protected. We do have the UI UX, so Kelvin will come in and give us the UI that we need to develop. We have Gakenya who is going to get the numbers for us. So all these tasks are put together into a sprint, and the sprint is 10 days period, 10 working days. So we sit together and now perform those tasks that the teams have been assigned, or we pick as a team. And then from there we go into a daily startup. So a daily startup is where we sit and try to figure out what has already been worked on in terms of what you worked the day before, what you worked on, what you're planning to work on the next 24 hours. And also we help also identify any items that are blocking you from performing. So that is done on a daily startup. And then we'll go into a sprint review where we check our performance against the objective, which again, remember, is always attached to the organization mission. And that brings us to, we end up with something that is very interesting, which is a sprint retrospective. So during a sprint retrospective, we try to figure out how we worked. So it's the how. That is where now we try to create also a psychologically safe space for everyone in the team to feel that they can speak out in terms of whether they have been given enough support to perform. So that is a very interesting part of Agile, in terms of everyone being able to speak out, and everyone's opinion is also very important. So we do the retrospective to check the tools, the people, the processes. So we let everyone now speak out. We can do it using the different tools that we have. We have ideas, but there are different tools. Alternatively, guys can also, the team members, depending on how safe we are, you can also discuss it as a team. You don't have to, use